Hello everyone and welcome to the latest chapter of Learning to Sing During a Pandemic. I'm DAquilino and welcome back. So today I thought I would concentrate on some upper resonance head voice reinforcement exercises for the head mix. And guys and higher voices, this is useful for you and also for some of the lower voices in the female as well. I'm just going to isolate. I'm not going to go through all the way up and down the scale for the most part, but I do want to show you some interesting exercises. So the first thing we're going to talk about, which we already have talked about, is the idea of the head breath. So taking your hand and putting it over your mouth, and really just trying to breathe in through your nose and fill up this space, fill up the back space here. You're going to feel it in your intercostals as well. And just isolating that sound and that energy right here in the resonance in our microphone. So when we take that breath, we can, like a yoga breath or just like a survival breath, essentially. So just wanted to talk about that because if we incorporate that into this exercise, it's going to be super helpful to help place it right in that nice upper resonance, that forward resonance that we're looking for singing in our head voice and beyond. The other thing I would like to isolate for a moment and talk about is the idea of taking that breath in, and then when you go to hum, just letting a little bit of a puff of air escape through your nose. So what we've done is we created this nice cycle of air by breathing in through our head. So we're what that also does is it takes away all of the extra compressed air that we put in when we go and then we start on a glottal attack. So this is just that's a useful thing to isolate as well for all singing, but especially when we're having to sing in English or in any other language. We need to produce the sound and have an energy, and to start on our air, it's just a nice idea to add to that entire equation. So firstly, this one with that same idea in mind is very crazy, and it's going to be very amusing to see me do this at first. It always is, but this is to bring it forward, to let a little bit of that expression of air come out, and then it's going to be in this heightened placement. So I like to call this, sorry Kristen, but the Kristen Chenoweth meow 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 exercise. So it goes meow 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 meow. So we're really just playing in this area here using these muscles, and we're coming in to that bite. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. We're not putting a lot of pressure on the throat. If anything, it feels a little dry and light above the throat. What this does is it builds in that head mix position for when we want to do a head mix belt. So now, we're here at about an E flat, so around the D, we want to kind of modify the vowel. So it's not just meow and nice and bright and forward, but it becomes more of a meow. Meow, 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 meow. So it's meow on top, and as we come down, it's that nice pointed forward meow, meow, and then we land on a nice meow as well. So what we're doing is we're filling everything in the middle with this nasal resonance, or this forward resonance that's got these muscles activated, but also we have a nice long vowel to start and finish. Here we go. yes, it must be very amusing to hear me do those exercises. Now, for the ladies, that is probably going to be something that becomes even more useful for you. For the guys, a reinforced rock and roll head voice, that is also kind of the technique where we just want to put a little bit of point on that sound so we're not just full chesting everything. Good. So play with that idea and that exercise. Now I'm going to move on to this one again, to isolate, just playing with that idea of head mix. So again, having a middle-aged man sing this to you is also very strange, but the idea is that we're going to start with a lu, a nice forward. It's got an E vowel base to it, so it's a focus vowel. Lu, e. And we go to we on top, letting those lips come forward and allowing this space to resonate as well. And then we just ride that down. We don't stop the air. We don't put pressure on it. We don't put chest on it. We just allow it to basically come down on our head and vibrate evenly. A little bit of a raindrop, so your top lip is catching a raindrop here. But what we're doing again is we are isolating that head resonance. Now, around here, we're around C, I would say, let's be even more conscious about it, if we're not already, of using this head breath. So so really what we're doing is we're also placing in our head resonance this nice E vowel, this nice German umlaut kind of produced vowel. So if you're really having a hard time and not used to singing in your head mix, this is going to help just develop that by bringing it a little bit above your throat, a little bit above your chest production. And what we're doing is we're really just isolating that to build those muscles around it so that you can trust that sound. So that's just a start as we move into trying to play with this head belt mix position, or basically building up your mix anyway with, again, two legitimate focus vowels. Lu and we are E-based vowels, so that means they are focused here in this resonance. So I just encourage you to play with this and see if it will help you strengthen. Gentlemen, if you're playing with this as well, you will feel, and everyone will feel, just a little bit of dryness in the back of your throat when you're playing with these. Don't go crazy. I would say maybe 5 minutes on this and then move on to something else. What we're doing again is we're isolating that position, but it can be a little tired because there's a lot of air flowing through there. And we're really just asking our false folds to come together and vibrate at a consistent rate. So, gentlemen, as I was saying, if you want to play with this, that's great. Don't push it. And ladies as well, weak feeling in the beginning is totally natural, and it's actually better to embrace that feeling so that you can build upon it instead of want to just connect it completely to your chest. I will see you in lessons, see you in the movies, and I hope you enjoy.